Hi everyone, happy Thursday. I hope you are having a good week. I hope you enjoyed the football last night. Great result. I certainly enjoyed it. Steve, did you? Did you have a good night?
I wouldn't say enjoyed it. It was pretty tense, but delighted with the result. And Sunday is going to be brilliant. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. It was great.
Fingers crossed. So I'm just back today with Steve as we are taking some time to talk to all of the staff, all of the team here at Ignata as we are looking to hire. We're looking to grow and expand the team. So I want to give you a bit of a flavour of what it's like here and what you could potentially expect if you were to come and join us. So Steve is one of our directors here, one of the founders of Ignata. So Steve, do you want to tell us a bit about your recruitment background, what you've done before and what you do now?
Yeah, sure, Lucy. So I guess some people know this already, but for those of you that don't kind of know the full Ignata story. So Ben, Vicky and myself, each of us had 10 years plus in big corporate recruitment businesses, pretty much throughout the same period, really, from sort of 2005 onwards in my case. And I think we'd all say individually and collectively had a brilliant time in those companies, right? They're huge, successful companies. They were fantastic training grounds for all three of us. We learned an awful lot. But I think what I can now kind of reference as a difference now, we've been Ignata will be 4 years old in October, which has gone ridiculously quickly for all of us. And I think the major difference is as much as you learn an awful lot about recruitment as a discipline and recruitment as a skill set in those big companies, you learn so much more about business generally doing what we're doing now. And I think that for me, straight off the bat, is something to kind of reference when we're talking about us as a business and how if people are considering talking to us about joining us and so on and so forth, that for me is a really big difference. And I think complements people that are interested in a career and not just the next job, if I can put it that way. I think we go back to, we talk about this quite regularly, Lucy, but the three of us started the business in Ben and Vicky's kitchen and bought 3 laptops and went, right, let's just get going. And I think the difference, that's ultimately the day job, but the difference between working on that kind of transactional mindset of where's the next deal from a recruitment perspective, and then actually going, okay, well, we now need to think about who's our next hire. Where do we then go from a kitchen into the first office? How do we do that? What does it mean if we have to, and if you look at the things we've done over the last 12 months alone, brand new CRM systems, launching new websites, it's all of the complexities of the day-to-day business operations, but then also, I think from our perspective, learning about the strategic stuff. Do we hire people that we would have hired back in the corporate days, or do we think about how could we do this differently? What could we do that makes us continue to be different and makes us continue to be relatable to our clients? And I think for me, the really biggest thing, and one of the things I kind of sort of pinch myself a little bit and sort of remind myself on a quite regular basis, is the simple fact that learning those business skills and being able to experience as a business owner and as a leader in that context makes you so much more relatable to a lot of the clients that you speak to. Because for them, they talk to you about, okay, we have to do this piece of recruitment. Why do you need to do this piece of recruitment? Well, the business is growing rapidly or needs to go through a transformation period, or we've got massive growing pains and we're experiencing it in this way and so on. We're seeing a lot of that ourselves firsthand as we're growing Ignata. And with respect, I never saw those sorts of things when I was in the big corporate animal I was in before, because all I did was recruit roles and took a job brief and hopefully did a good job at it. Now I can have a really kind of, level playing field conversation almost with a peer with the owner of companies out there and the CFOs out there and CEOs out there, because we're going through similar things to them, maybe not on the same scale, but it's by the by. And I think that's one of the things that I feel is a huge differentiator about us. On a personal level, one of the things that I love about working with this business and growing this business. And I think for people that are interested in potentially coming to work with us, I would also argue that would apply to everyone. I think you could probably say the same thing, Lucy, right? It's not like working for a big company. You in the role that you do, a businesswoman, right? You're learning different things. You're asked to do different tasks and different projects, which mean you have to look at the bigger picture from a company point of view, not just your desk, as it were.
Yeah, and I think with that in mind, then someone that was to come and join, I think we would agree we don't like the word manager, but from a management leadership perspective, and you helping to kind of train someone up and bring them into this environment, what do you think is exciting and different that you can offer now that you maybe couldn't before, that someone could kind of really take, make benefit of?
I mean, I'd answer that slightly differently. I think the thing that would, if there's one word, I guess, that I can't always say that well, so bear with me. But if there's one word or attribute that would jump out at myself and Ben and Vicky as well, it's entrepreneurialism. There you go, I did it. Purely because, you can train certain skills. You can, people come with loads of experience, people come with no experience, but we aren't interested in having a production line of, okay, you're coming at this end of a production line. We will train you for 14 days on how to do a recruitment process and spit you out the other end, and you are a ready-made robot recruitment person. That's not interesting to us in any way, shape, or form. And I think it's absolutely not interesting to our customers, which is the most important thing. I think if somebody comes to the table with a desire to do really well and a creative mindset that will be interested in exploring different avenues, that's really interesting, because we never set this business up with a really structured plan to go and say, well, we're only going to recruit roles in this geography, and we're only going to recruit roles at this level, and we're only going to recruit roles in this discipline. Our mantra is to forge kind of really meaningful relationships with senior business leaders. And if that means that they need to go and recruit a role in New York or Johannesburg or outside of finance because they trust us to be the extension of their business and a brand ambassador for them, that's what we're doing. And that's where the expansion of Ignata Finance will continue to be. And therefore, people that want to come and be part of that journey have to be entrepreneurs and have to be able to kind of go, okay, I'm happy to learn and be developed, and I want that from you guys. But equally, I've got a businessman or a business lady's passion for kind of ideas and entrepreneurialism, because this could go in lots of different directions, and we really embrace that. That's key for us.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I think I've touched on that with Ollie, with John, with George, particularly about if you want to go and work with a business or work in a sector and you've got that passion, then go and do it. And I think Ignata offers that kind of that support to go and do what you want to do.
100%.
Great. Okay. So thanks, Steve. If that sounds interesting to you, if that sounds like maybe a business, this kind of environment you would like to work in and explore, I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to book in a chat and talk that through in a bit more detail. So yeah, drop me a message on LinkedIn or email me, and I look forward to hearing from you. Thanks so much.
Thank you.